Well, the whole time I was in Montreal, I was trying not to flip out. I was trying to think, just you're doing the same 10 dives, same 10 dives. It's another meet. Just think about it as another meet, because you can put a lot of pressure on yourself. And I was trying to just stay calm. And when it was over, I didn't know I had won. I didn't watch the scoreboard. I hadn't watched anybody else dive. I was one dive at a time. And so I was in shock. So I followed my first coach, Carlos DeCubas, who moved to Georgia Tech. And so I would work out with him at night at Georgia Tech, and I would work out with Billy Ray Schmidt at Westminster in the afternoons after school. I started out as a swimmer, but I think I like to talk too much, and you can't talk when you're underwater. And my mom was a diver, and Carlos was the swimming coach and the diving coach. And so I started on the diving team. My mom was a swim team coach, and we were losing all the meets because we didn't have any divers, and so she said, she'll try. And so, but my first coach was awesome. He was the Cuban Olympic swimming and diving coach and had escaped to this country and just ended up at Mountain Brook Swim and Tennis Club out in the middle of the woods. And he told me when I was 9 years old that I've worked really hard, I could be a national champion. And I went, oh, okay. You know, it didn't occur to me that what we were doing was crazy. You know, I mean, it didn't occur to me when I left home at 13 that everybody didn't do that. And I went because I loved diving so much, and because we already had goals. We had a plan. Once I was 12 years old, we were talking about making the Olympic team someday. It just everything lined up. It was just the most perfect thing. And plus, I loved to dive so much. I mean, once I got in the water, I didn't get out for about 15 years. Well, my parents were always my heroes, and I still look up to them today. And, of course, Carlos, I idolized him. Carlos DeCubas. He was an artist also, and he inspired me to become an artist as well. But and then there were two of the athletes, or two divers. One was Klaus DiBiase. He was an Olympic gold medalist, 10 meters from Italy. And then Janet Ely was an American diver. She was a platform diver as well, mostly. She was springboard as well. But anyway, I just admired the way they were from the inside out. They were beautiful from the inside out, and they were just classy, wonderful, nice people. On and off. They were great athletes, but they were great people. I retired at 21 because of a back injury, and I should have been able to compete way into my late 20s. I hurt my back diving platform. 10 meters is 33 feet, and you're going 30 miles an hour when you hit the water. And it can be brutal, but I injured my lower back, and so I ended up having to retire early because I couldn't train 100% anymore. And, you know, it wasn't fun anymore. And so I loved it so much, and I was so passionate about it. I just couldn't imagine doing it and hating it. Everything I've done has been one stepping stone to another. And I did something called the Go For It Roadshow, where we traveled all over the country, and we had children, 3rd through 8th graders would come to an arena, and we'd pack it out. And we talked about setting goals and going for it, doing the right thing, positive, healthy lifestyles, staying active, healthy. And that led me to working at the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame, where I was inducted in 1985, and I was in charge of the program for children there. And we would bring children from all over the state of Alabama to the Hall of Fame and teach them, again, about setting goals and going for it. And I was on the board at Lakeshore Foundation for 15 years, and there was an opportunity here. And like I told you earlier, I like to walk through those doors in the morning and smell the chlorine from the pools. And we're an Olympic and Paralympic training center, and we provide programs for people with physical disabilities, and so we have programs for injured servicemen and women. So it's just where I need to be.